You're watching Capitol View, Sunday morning talk focused on the political scene in Arkansas.
Welcome back to the program. Joining me now, Keesa Smith. She is the Executive Director of Arkansas Advocates for Children and Families. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much, Roby.
You doing well?
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You cannot complain.
Well, you will be complaining next week. I promise you so, because of what's coming up. All right, the Arkansas Legislature meeting in special session on Monday to talk about Freedom of Information Act, but also tax cuts, which are big on there. 0.3% reduction in the individual income tax rate and the corporate income tax rate. This is not a surprise. We've been on a steady drawdown of income tax cuts here. Why does your organization oppose this tax cut?
So, you know, Roby, I think at the end of the day, we understand the desire to reduce the tax burden on Arkansans. But, you know, we just passed a tax cut in April. Now before that is even fully implemented, we're about to pass a tax cut again. And our concern is that state government and services that Arkansans truly need are not being fully funded. There were several things during the last session that were left on the table.
Give me an example or two.
So Representative Pilkington, if you look at his list of bills, he had a number of bills pertaining to maternal health. He sought to expand maternal health coverage by Medicaid from 60 days, only 2 months, to a full year. That was left on the table. There was a 24-hour hotline pertaining to that would allow individuals that were pregnant to get any type of advice, help, resources. That was left on the table. So
but I bet Representative Pilkington will vote for these tax cuts.
And he may.
Yeah.
And he may. But those are critical services, along with the fact that early childhood education wasn't funded in LEARNs. These are things that were priorities for Arkansans. When we talk to Arkansans, they say we want to see those things happen, but yet we're prioritizing tax cuts instead of looking to see if we can fully fund those.
Do you have a counter proposal for tax relief?
Well, I mean, there's a number of options. I think right now, Roby, what I would say, I know that there are several proposals out there pertaining to tax credits, and we're very supportive of that. I would really say for our legislature to hold tight and look at the things that they said that they were going to fund, both those priorities that weren't discussed, but also LEARNs and this big prison bill. We have to make sure that the state has sufficient funds before we start looking at cutting additional revenue.
All right, how good is your arm twisting strength? Have you been working out in the off season? Because you're going to have you're going to have a full plate twisting arms up there to get changes on this. I think this is politically popular, and again, it's kind of been part of a systematic approach to reducing the income tax rate.
I think we know that it's very popular, but I think when you talk to individual legislators and you talk about the things that several of them say are a priority, like really finding out definitively if all of the implementation in LEARNs has really been accounted for. We're just starting that implementation, so we don't know what may pop up. There are individuals at the legislature that are concerned about that, and I think several of them will consider that there's unknowns in our state budget.
All right, I'll see you around the Capitol quarters, just like
Absolutely,
I told David Ray earlier in the program here. Keesa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
appreciate you.
All right, we're back with more right after this.